guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm very excited today as I am doing bio audits. Yes, live bio audits. That is, I'm going to be doing bio audits of 5 different accounts, 5 different people who volunteered for this video, and I'm going to share with you the entire process. But before that, what is the need for a bio optimization to be done? Or why am I doing bio audits? Why is it important? So basically, bio audits are important because bio optimization is the key to your profile designing. And why is that? Is because bio is the first place any new person who's coming to your profile lands on your bio. That is the first impression that people get of you, and you want to make sure that's the best impression specifically for your ideal audience, so that when someone comes to your profile, they instantly hit the follow button. That is the goal behind it, guys. You've spent so much time, effort, maybe money in getting the right people on your profile. Now, if they don't hit the follow button, you've lost them there. That is wasted time, wasted effort, and wasted money. And I don't want to see any of those things going waste. Hence, we're talking about bio optimization. In case you'd like to know how to do step-by-step optimization of your own bio, make sure you check out 2 of my videos. I'm tagging them here on screen. You can go check them out. One is in English and one is in Hindi, and I talk about bio optimization in detail, step-by-step process of how can you optimize and make your bio ready for your ideal consumer. Awesome. Coming back to this video. So I had put this question sticker on my Instagram whether people would like me to do their bio audits. I got about 200 plus responses for the same. Since I had originally thought of doing 3 audits, I am going to do 5 audits for this video, and I'm going to consider some of them out of there for other videos that I do related to bio optimization. If you would like to be nominated for the same, make sure you connect with me on Instagram at Tejal Chopra, because I'm planning on doing a few more such experimental live audits in front of you. Not just about the bio, but so many other things. So let's connect there as well. Okay, let's dive into these 5 audits. Hi guys, and welcome back to my bio audits. I'm going to conduct 5 bio audits for you guys here. And no, I'm not going to audit my own profile. I'm going to go here and start with the first audit. This is the account of a handmade soap making startup or a small business. The name of the account is Butters and Bubbles. You guys can check them out on Instagram as well. So I've chatted with her personally a bit, and I wanted to understand the business basically. So looking at the bio, I will suggest the things that I feel need to be optimized on the basis of how I've worked with accounts and what works with product-based businesses. This is a product-based business. We're going to start with it and delve more into personal brands and entrepreneurs. So let's just start. So I've written my notes on the basis of analyzing this profile, and I'd like to share with you the first thing that I feel is that no one knows the person behind this profile. So we can see Butters and Bubbles, which is the name of the company, and the name section, of course, has the right keywords, which is again good. However, no one really knows who's behind the business. So I would suggest in these cases wherein we have our own businesses or solopreneurs are working or small teams are there, you mention the name of the founder somewhere in the description, not in the name section, not in the handle. So not here. Not here. It's okay. Basically, we need to use optimized keywords here. But here somewhere, you can just say, hey, I'm XYZ. Basically, the person who's behind the brand. Because if someone is messaging you, it becomes very clear for them. And subconsciously, when they say, hey, XYZ, that creates a relationship already there. So it's always beneficial that you do this. I am not recommending this to companies or brands which are very, very big and huge like Nike, but all are sized companies. So if I start a company or if I start an agency, like I have an agency that has my name on it, if it had a different name also, I would use my own name in the description somewhere in order to tell people that they are communicating with this person. So that's the reason it's very relevant to have a name. Second thing I feel is that if you introduce a category here, which is beauty, cosmetics, and personal care, the need for having personal care here will be omitted. So you would not need personal care here in that scenario, and you can simply use another keyword which you think your ideal audience searches or uses. So guys, here's a pro tip for anyone. Basically, you need to write your bio in a way for your target audience to understand. We don't need to tell them what we know. We need to have words in there which they already know, they are searching for. It's in their vocabulary. Sometimes with the technical jargon that we use, we might end up confusing them even though they are right for our business. So keep in mind. The second thing I feel is that made with skin loving clean ingredients sounds really good. However, I don't think the need of clean is important in this scenario. In case you do have that in your brand mission and vision and in your brand values, surely keep it here. But if it's something that you just want people to know, I don't think bio can be utilized for it. You will have more character space and play with more things instead of using the word clean. Okay, cruelty free, toxic free, low waste is actually very good because you are telling your audience that you are environment conscious, as well as creating something which is good for them. However, I feel overall in this bio, you need to definitely use the word natural because this is something that you're creating. So use the words your ideal audience uses. If they want natural products, if they want organic products, and if your products specifically are natural and organic, mention it here. In case you're not completely organic, no need to mention that we are not organic. However, I would recommend think from the perspective of your audience. Do they use the words cruelty free, toxic free, low waste very often? If yes, then use them here exactly in the way you have. However, if they don't, and if they use words more like natural, herbal, or something like that, use those as well. So the best person to create the bio would again be you. However, I'm just giving you pointers on which I think you should think and then create your own bio. Or maybe redo your bio because it's already very optimized. I feel that some changes are needed, not many are required. And you can also make it toxin free. I think that would be more relevant. However, take your call. You are the person behind the business. You know that your business better and best than anyone else. The next part I feel is made in small batches is not required. In case you customize, definitely mention that you customize as per the requirements of the customer or the consumer in this case. However, made in small batches is not required. If you are shipping only in India, then shipping pan India is wonderful. However, if you're shipping and you're open to sending orders abroad, then ensure that shipping worldwide is also written so that people who are outside can also reach out to you. But only if you ship abroad. If you ship only in India, then this line is perfect. Okay, the next thing I feel you should mention and have here is your location. So even if you work from home or you're not selling via a shop, it's okay to have a location of your town or your city, not your exact address, of course. But if you have a store and if you have a shop or some sort of an outlet, definitely use the exact location. Location will help optimize your profile. So even if you say do not want to use your exact location because it's your home, say for example, you can still use words like the city there. For example, if I want to mention Bangalore, India, Chandigarh, India, or to be a little more specific, some area inside of that city as well. So if I'm living in Bangalore, but I'm specifically in Indiranagar, I can mention that as well. So generally what this does is A, it will optimize your profile in terms of the checks that Instagram is running. And secondly, it also tells people who are near you that you're available. And sometimes they want to try out something, but they are just not ordering, being in the same city as you, thinking that it would come from so far. I'm not really sure if I have to return it, XYZ. There could be multiple reasons. So people who are closer to you will connect with you in a different fashion if you use a location. I've seen a lot of this kind of thing going on outside India, specifically in Australia. People work with small businesses who are closer to them in their close vicinity or in their own city, and that really works for them. So I would recommend definitely have a location in there, not in the description, but in your business details. So if you go to your edit profile, there are ways in which you can add your business location. So don't add it here in the description section of your bio, add it in the location section. And you can simply add your town or city as well. Yeah, so now coming to the last line of it, which is DM to shop, which is in this case is a call to action. So I would recommend play with a little more call to action. Specifically, the emoji that you've used in this case is that of an email. So use another pointing emoji, and instead you can write other things rather than just DM to shop. Say want to connect. DM here or something of that sort. So make it a little more personalized, the call to action in your scenario, considering the fact that you're not sending them to any link. In case you have links in future, customize your call to action, that is the last part of your description, according to the specific link and where you are sending them. Now coming to the highlights, they are again looking pretty good. I've seen through them on the phone as well as on the desktop. However, I would recommend that you can have all of them branded as well. It works amazingly well for product-based businesses. I would definitely recommend having branded highlights overall so that only these three I feel are not branded, so you can work on them also and make it all cohesive and branded. It'll look much better. It'll be easier for people. And the number of highlights and the number of stories you have in each highlight is also a good number. It's not exceeding or it's not less than what should be there in the ideal case. However, I do recommend having certain highlights for sure. For example, range of your products. So people who would want to know what all products you offer, they can actually see that in one highlight. Okay, these are the 10 products currently that you have. And even inside of products, if you have collections and ranges which are separate, then have three highlights separately for those 3 collections, and inside of that you have their products. So anyways, people should have a way of seeing things very clearly as to what is it that you sell, because not everyone has the time to actually scroll through, check out your entire page for that, and people are really convinced with your bios, so make sure you do that. Secondly, I feel you've used this dry skin one in a very nice fashion, and you can do similar things for oily skin, other sort of questions that people might have as per the skin type and other things. The third thing that I want to mention in this case is you have an FAQ section, which is amazing. However, you just telling people where to check the request. So I would suggest that you have other questions that people normally ask you also in the FAQs. So either you can have a separate FAQ section so that people can actually know what sort of questions they have. They can check this out before even reaching out to you, and they can get their questions answered. So have a separate highlight for that. And then of course have a lot of review highlights that works amazingly well. The thing I would highly recommend for you to have in a highlight is how can they place an order, because a lot of people don't know whether it should be done via mobile or just DM, and they tend to forget. So lay out the exact procedure in 2 or 3 stories or however many it takes for you, and have a how to order highlight as well. I feel all of these changes will really uplift your bio and connect you with your target audience better. The last suggestion that I like to give in this case is your picture, which is not something which is a must. Definitely for product-based businesses, logos work as well. But if you want to use real pictures of your own soaps, you can do that too. That will again be a good thing for you to test out. Okay, so the next bio that I'm going to audit is the Puja Singh official. Congratulations. And let's just start. So I've personally chatted with her to understand what is it that she does and what are her goals with Instagram. Because guys, it's really important for us to understand and know our goals before actually we create our bio or content. And that's the reason I reached out. I connected with her to understand what is it that she's desiring to do on Instagram right now and even later. And from there, I found out a lot of things which can be introduced and included in her bio. And let's just start. So your handle is okay. It's good because I understand with Indian names and common names, we don't get independent handles. That's okay. The Puja Singh official goes. Your picture, I feel, can be changed into something which is a little more closer and a little more clear. So use a picture which connects with your audience in a split second. Something which is not blurred, not confusing people. Of course, has a big good smile on your face. But has a very clear background. So I would recommend a little more optimized picture, and maybe you towards the center of the frame instead of this side. You can be in the center of the frame. You can get this clicked by any DSLR photographer or a normal phone photographer. I use my own normal phone pictures and they come out really well. So you can use normal phone pictures as well. There's no hard and fast rule of just having a professional camera or a professional photographer for the same. Just make sure that the picture that you click is optimized and you use that. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is, since Puja Singh, your name has already come in the handle, I don't see the need of it to come again in the name section. So you can omit this. And anyways, hey there is not something which is helping you keyword wise. It's not something which is conveying what you would like. So remove that altogether, and instead use your keywords in this character space as well, the name character space also. You use your keywords. Now, after interacting with you personally, I got to know that you help millennials achieve a work-life balance. You're an HR manager. All of those things are amazing for your bio and should be ideally there. I would recommend, instead of this name section here, you can actually use work-life balance coach if that's the specific niche that you're going after. So there are multiple things that you do that you shared with me. I would recommend you niche down, select one and use that. And if you're picking up work-life balance, then definitely you can mention work-life balance coach here. The next thing is, in your bio, definitely use your niche statement. So you've shared this with me over messages that you help millennials achieve work-life balance. That should be here instead of all of these things, because these are not clear and not specific enough. Productivity is a big world. Personal blogs can mean different things. So I would recommend, instead of all of these, you use your niche statement that is helping millennials achieve work-life balance. And other than that, whatever you'd like. So if you'd like to coach people for interviews and other things, mention that here. That needs to be specific because that is your goal, how you plan to monetize your profile eventually. So that should be out here. Your content should be aligned with it, but more importantly, your bio should be aligned with it. So it's very important. And the third fact that you are an HR manager works amazingly well with both of these facts. So definitely use that as a qualifier. People will know that you're coming from experience. You are an HR manager already. And even though it's not required for you to be an HR manager to be a work-life balance coach, but if you already are, then you should mention it. So I would say keep all of these things here in mind and then craft your bio. And then in the end of the bio, use a clear call to action. So you make sure your call to action is optimized according to the title of this specific blog post, and then you share the link here. So definitely have a call to action. Call to actions are amazing. So definitely keep in mind all these things. Okay, now the highlights. Specifically, I feel you should have at least 5 highlights because Instagram people view it on your phone generally. And if it's 4, it looks kind of empty. So have 5 highlights, and your highlights should be about you, what you do. Definitely showcase behind the scenes of your life as well. But I would not recommend keeping them just by words like productive, food, lifestyle, and thoughtful. And although it's okay to share stuff which is other people's, however, I would not recommend you have all the stuff in there which is just other people's stuff, because we want to establish credibility here. So don't keep don't save to highlights what you have actually saved from other accounts. Instead, have your highlights be specifically about what you do, your content, your blogs, your mini videos, your behind the scenes of your life and business. So yes, implement those, Puja, and I would love to hear back from you. And definitely, guys, for both the accounts, or rather all 5 accounts, reach out to me, share your screenshots of updated bio with me. I'd be happy to have a look at those and give you suggestions and also share it. Quickly moving on to the next one. So this is the blog. I'm closing this. The next is Pratiti, who's a marketer. So the first thing is, if you want to use your own first name, so you can use that also here instead of P Sinha. If you want to work with this P Sinha marketer, that's your call. What I feel is there in your bio is a lot of things that you do. I would recommend specifically when you're starting out to niche down and talk about 1 or 2 things and not more than that. If we talk about your sales, your Instagram, your Facebook, your sales funnels, again, marketing expert, it becomes confusing for people. You are a marketing expert and you do a lot of things. Generally, people who reach out to you, if they have more requirements, you guys can always do more business together. Specifically for your bio and description, have limited keyword stuffing. Don't use all the words. Pick a service that you really would want to provide and would be an opener. So I don't recommend starting with sales funnels, because when you're starting out, people want to work more on the ad front or the content front. And if you don't do content, then also ad front works really well. So I would recommend you start with one, and then eventually you can upsell them to the sales funnel or other services. And definitely have something about your personality in there in your description. If you have any qualifier, served XYZ clients, particular number of clients, or 100+ clients, mention that. All of these things qualify really well. If you've been featured anywhere, mention that in your bio. It would really help boost your profile. Thirdly, there's nothing about the who you're serving in this bio. So definitely have a niche statement around who as well. That is helping XYZ achieve ABC for that matter. So basically, who should be mentioned. That is when and how people will actually connect with your profile, and then achieve what will tell them, okay, this person does this, I am this, and I need help with this. So let me reach out to her. So that's the ideal way it should go. And your call to action can be book your free strategy call, or can be let's just chat over coffee. Let's just have a virtual coffee chat or something of that sort. Or, book your free discovery call also. So I would recommend that book your free strategy call is good. However, it's a little generic. So instead, you can play with the words here, make it more casual, conversational, and yet specific. Play with it. Book your free strategy call is also not wrong, and you can absolutely use it. But if some call to action works better for you instead of this, go ahead with that. And the last point is specifically, you don't have any highlights. Highlights are a great way when new people are coming to your profile and you don't have any stories on. It's amazing for people to check out your highlights, get to know you, get to know your results that you have been working with, and you've been doing things for what kind of clients. So basically, to create a conversation, have your highlights and have certain stories saved as highlights for sure. And to begin with, at least have 5 different highlight covers. Inside of them, you can have shorter story versions also. It doesn't mean that you have to do 20 stories under each highlight. You can also do 3 or 4. So based on what works with you, if you're comfortable coming in front of the camera, start doing that. Even if you're not comfortable, I'd suggest start pushing your limits and try doing that. So Pratiti, the last thing I want to mention post the highlights is definitely have a clear profile picture, which is not a selfie, which is somewhat taken from a distance, is not you looking up or down, is you looking straight into the camera, and something which ideally can be till here or maximum till here. Not full length, but not too super close also. Even if it's super close, you're looking directly into the camera, it's a clear picture with a smiling face, it's good to go. Other than that, you can use these apps like Canva, Over, and create interesting stories, share them, share value, share testimonials, and then save them to your highlights. Awesome. So the next one that I'm working with is Mandala by Tula, a beautiful profile and feed. However, the bio I feel can be optimized a lot more because people need to see these things that you're doing. And for that, they will scroll past the bio only if they like it and they connect with it. So first thing I'd recommend is definitely use a better profile picture. So it could be mandala, it could be your own self. If you're not comfortable with showcasing your own face, let it be a beautiful, colorful mandala or a normal mandala that you do. However, not this picture. It's not creating any spark and it's too distant. People cannot read it. Even if this is how it's visible, I can zoom it on the laptop. I can't do that on the phone. And in the phone, the circle is even smaller. So it's not visible. I would recommend use this kind of a picture, these kind of pictures, which can create more spark and trigger emotions when it comes to people. That's the first thing. The second thing I'd recommend is both of them are same. So you've used the same handle and you've used the same name. However, that's not required. Since you've already used that in the handle, in the name section, you can do something else. Play with more keywords. For example, XYZ Mandala expert. I don't know a lot about Mandala, so you can also use the words you've used here. So it could be self-taught Mandala artist, self-taught Mandala expert, or something of that sort. Basically, use it according to your niche, but use keywords here, keywords used here and then here again can really benefit when people are searching for something similar. So think about your target audience. What do they search for? Do they search artist? Do they search mandala? So in that scenario, use ideal keywords here. Your name has already come here, Mandala by Tula. That doesn't need to come again. So instead, in your description, you have your name. Hey, I'm Tula, the artist behind, or something of that sort. So basically, you can use Hey, I'm Tula, or you can use the artist behind @Tula or something of that sort. Again, in the description, I would suggest that you never have hashtags. So hashtags which are generic never work in the description or in your bio for that matter. Why? Because if you're using hashtags, they're not going to improve searchability for you even by 0.001%. Instead, what it does is when people come to your profile, they see something which is blue and clickable, they will tap on it and land on all the hashtags wherein they'll find other people's content, they will scroll, and basically the reason why we've brought them over to our profile is to connect with us, engage with us, buy from us. That's kind of lost midway, and the money or the effort we've spent in getting them to our profile is all lost. So instead, never use generic hashtags in your bio. You can use branded hashtags if you want your audience to use them, but I would suggest that too after a certain point. Till then, don't waste the character space in your bio and instead use it by using the appropriate keywords and sharing with people who you are, what do you do, and basically what do you create. Then in the end, of course, you can use a call to action like DM for custom orders or collaboration. I feel don't use both of them. Don't use order/collaboration. It doesn't look pretty. And since your account is supposed to be aesthetic because you're an artist, you should mention things which are very straightforward, and your text should also be appearing in a very clear and beautiful way and not overlapping with anything. I would recommend a really simple call to action, which could be send me a message for custom orders. What you can do, what I'll suggest is use custom order somewhere else in your description. You can say custom orders available, made to custom order as well, something of that sort. Of course, think about the keywords your audience is searching for and then use them. And secondly, if you're using the custom order somewhere else in your description, then simply you can say send me a message to connect right now or something of that sort and use an arrow with it. So with a call to action, an arrow or a pointing finger works amazingly well. Don't use other emoticons. I would suggest this. And play with other emojis. I think we can do something which is yellow, colorful. So have a combination of not more than 2 colored emojis in here, and that too definitely bring a little bright one as well. So if you're using all blue, it's going in a different direction. You can bring a yellow or an orange one to make it more spunky to the eye and more attractive. And definitely use a pointing finger or an arrow with a call to action. Thirdly, I'd recommend add more highlights, showcase different kinds of work you do and how can people book something with you. So have highlights of what all type of work you do and then showcase behind the scenes of you working on things. And then of course, how to order, or how to reach out to you for getting custom orders done. So make highlights, make FAQs highlights in case you get a lot of questions from your target audience. So that's what I'd recommend for you. All the best with it and keep me posted. Okay, the next one is Takshi. She's a content and copywriter. I love the way that you've specified that you are a content and copywriter. I think your handle looks great. Your name looks great. Your picture can be something which is not a selfie. Again, having light in front of you works really well for an image for your profile picture. So WhatsApp profile picture, if you're not using it for business, is definitely the more candid, the better, or, having fun with the kind of artistic elements in a picture. However, for business, be it WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, anything, YouTube, use a picture which is looking directly into the camera, which is still here, very specific, and has light falling in front of you, not on the side or not on the back. It's not very optimized in that case. So I would recommend you do that and have someone else click it for you with the back camera. Back camera quality is way higher than the front camera quality, guys. Ensure that you follow these things for the videos that you make as well. The next thing I'd recommend is, instead of using the line creating impactful SMMAs and business owners through persuasive copy, I think it's getting a little long and a little confusing. Instead, the who should be very clear. How are you creating an impact? Are you a web copywriter? Are you a conversion copywriter? Have that specified in your description, and then the who needs to be more specific as well. So do you help, say, nutritionists create better content, or you help health professionals do that, or you help finance experts do that? So I won't say, if you are experimenting with your niche, not finalized on your micro niche yet, you go all out there, but still have a more specific one. And more importantly, people should know that. So if SMMA is not clear to people, it's of no use for us in our bio. So what I'd recommend is remove this, use a very simple, you can even do solopreneurs and small business owners or something of that sort, but something which connects with your audience. If you write copy for coaches, mention it here. So the who should be very specific, and the what you do. For example, if you're a social media content writer or a web copywriter or a sales conversion copywriter, you should mention these things very specifically, and don't mention all of them. Mention one thing, make it more specific. And again, DM alone is not a good call to action. So let's get a conversation started. Connect with me right here or something of that sort, and use an arrow. And definitely, because you are a freelancer, you are someone who's doing business, have a Calendly or an Acuity link. Both of these apps are free. You can get started with a free version of it. Not even a free trial, but a free version, absolutely. Create a link. You should have a link on there with your calendar so that people can connect on that and book a call. It's more professional for your kind of business to have a link than have people just DM you. The DM you can be a part of your call to actions for your posts and not necessarily your bio. Keep that in mind for sure, and definitely have at least 5 highlights, guys. I recommend this to everyone I've been seeing today, and for anyone who doesn't have, please ensure that you have highlights. This is the window into your profile and into your work for your target audience. They can connect with you instantly. They might buy from you instantly. So the possibilities that are there with respect to the stories that are already saved in highlights is huge. Make the most of it. Have your services in there listed. So Takshi, for you, I'd recommend the things that you've mentioned here: web copy, sales landing page, blog, social media, newsletter. All of these things can actually be a part of a highlight. So basically have a highlight of the services that you offer and have these in there. Talk about them in there. How can people connect with you? Let that be a highlight. Testimonials or client reviews, let it be like that. Don't use the word mini testimonial. It won't add the edge to your profile. Rather, it would take away the power from the testimonial if we say that it's a mini one. Instead, use words like testimonials, love from client wins XYZ. But make sure you have at least 5 highlights. One of them can also be a window into behind the scenes of your life and business. So I hope this will help. Let me know how it goes for you guys, and I can't wait to see your transformed bios. Welcome back. I hope you had fun, and I hope you got to know a lot about these different kind of brands that I audited for you. They were personal brands, product-based businesses, service-based businesses, and YouTubers as well. So we pick up a diverse range of these people so that you get the best idea. And I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the audit we did? How did you like each point that was taken care of? I'd love to know in the comments below. And of course, if you would like me to consider you for our next bio audits or any series that we do, let me know in the comments below your Instagram handle. Make sure you leave your business handle, because we'll be auditing only business or creator accounts. That's not personal or private accounts, because that doesn't serve the purpose, and we want it to be an open thing. So make sure you leave your handles in the comments below. If you like today's video, if you like the concept of how this was built, make sure to like this video, share it with anyone you think can benefit from it, and definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You can also turn on the notifications so that you're notified every next time we do a new YouTube video, which is every single week. Now, if you'd like to know more about online marketing, business, entrepreneurship, and social media, make sure you check out these two interesting videos because I'm sure you love the value that I've packed in them. Until next time, bye guys, have a great day.